Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into the fascinating cellular mechanics of psoriasis. We're going to explore a really groundbreaking immunological discovery surrounding something called the IL-17 pathway. As you'll see, decoding this one skin condition is quite literally unlocking the future of medicine. Okay, let's dive into this. You've probably seen or heard about those characteristic red, scaly patches of psoriasis. But for decades, what actually triggered them, at a truly microscopic level, was just this massive mystery waiting to be solved. We knew exactly what it looked like, but we didn't know the exactness of why it was happening.
Here is the roadmap for our investigation today. 1. Decoding psoriasis. 2. The skin's vicious cycle. 3. The treatment gap. 4. The IL-17 breakthrough. And finally, 5. Beyond psoriasis. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Decoding psoriasis. Connecting the systems.
Discovering how this all works wasn't just some sudden aha moment. It was a really gradual unraveling. Picture this. Back in the late 1970s, scientists stumbled onto a discovery totally by chance. They noticed that an immunosuppressive drug called cyclosporin actually made psoriasis better. Wow, right? That literally proved the disease was tied to the immune system. Fast forward over the past decade, and our insights into T-cell biology have just skyrocketed, bringing us right up to today, where we are actively rolling out highly targeted IL-17 biologics.
Section 2. The skin's vicious cycle. Microscopic misfires.
So let's zoom way down into the skin's layers and meet our first main character, the keratinocyte. Your epidermis is basically built out of these specialized cells. They start down at the bottom in a single basal layer, and on a normal day, they just divide and migrate up toward the skin's surface, progressively differentiating to form a crucial protective barrier. That's their standard 9-to-5 job. We've got to understand this baseline because it really puts into perspective what happens when things completely go off the rails.
Now meet our second character, hanging out just below the epidermis in the dermis layer. These are the dendritic cells. You can think of dendritic cells as the skin's microscopic scouts. They're constantly crawling through lymphatic conduits, basically scanning the area for trouble. Their whole gig is to capture foreign antigens and hand them off to immune effector cells, specifically T cells, to orchestrate an overall immune response. So far, so good, right?
Well, here's where it gets wild. When these characters interact improperly, it kicks off this relentless, vicious cycle. Now, we don't know the exact initial trigger for psoriasis, but the sequence of events is pretty clear. Step 1. Our dendritic cells sense some sort of stress, maybe from the keratinocytes or an invading microorganism. Step 2. They panic and start pumping out signaling molecules called cytokines, sounding the alarm to activate those T cells. Step 3. The T cells fire back by secreting even more cytokines. And step 4, all those signals essentially tell the keratinocytes to multiply like crazy and release more mediators. It is a chaotic feedback loop. And the result? That thick, inflamed skin we see on the surface.
Section 3. The treatment gap. When biologics fail.
So how do we stop this chaos? To combat severe psoriasis, modern medicine developed biologic drugs, targeting those inflammatory mediators causing the issue. The most widely used ones work by dampening down a specific pro-inflammatory cytokine called TNF-alpha. And look, for a lot of people, these are an absolute game changer. But, as we're about to see, there's a huge roadblock.
This is where the human stakes get incredibly real. While these treatments are effective for a majority, up to a third of patients, yes, 33%, simply don't respond to those TNF-alpha treatments. Think about that for a second. That is a massive treatment gap. You've got an enormous number of people out there still suffering, still searching for relief, because the standard fix just doesn't work for them.